Welcome, welcome, welcome. Third edition of The Locker. We're back again. 2 days in a row. Two broadcasts in a row. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, it's your boy back in here, man. Hey, man, we got a good show, man. We got a good show coming up, man.
Yeah, man, you got one of my old boys coming on the line. Know my boy K Frank. Well, he in the locker. I'm gonna call him K Frank. Know my boy K Frank since about 8 years old, man. Good dude. I'll toss him his flowers when he get on, but it's gonna be a good show, man, as always.
Hey, man, I'm not really sure where you get off on this tossing flowers stuff. Like, I know you ain't never tossed me no flowers, and I don't really care for you to toss me any flowers. But, you know what? I kind of like it. That's your thing. That's your niche. You toss flowers. I ain't tossing flower. I'm either tossing salt or dirt at these fools.
Now, dude.
But Kevin's new, so just like any other new guy, I'll show him a little bit of umbrage up until I decide that they family. Once I decide they family, here comes the salt and dirt.
Come on, man. I just last week, just on Tuesday, tossed you flowers about taking care of moms. Come on, bro. And you got short-term memory, don't you?
You're into tossing flowers. You're into tossing flowers. I
got you. You're not gonna toss.
My whole thing ain't tossing flowers. My whole thing is let me see where you at. Let me see. Like if I meet your friends, you bring them to me, I'm gonna give them some body guts. You know, I'm like Coach Ricky Thomas. Like, let me see. Wait, right there. I'm gonna get right there with you first.
I feel you. So
you know.
So I know you well. Let's say so for all the people watching, you can tweet us at the Locker 411. I'm looking at the Twitter feed right now. Hit us a question, and we'll try to answer it. But Ant, what's your point? What's your viewpoint on our boy Drew Brees?
It's several points to take on Drew Brees, man. Man, it's several points to take. One point is, and I just told you, if I meet your peoples, it is what it is. Drew Brees, if he feels the way he feels, say what you say and mean it. Like, say what you say and go with it. Like, you can't let your teammates deter you. But I do like the fact that if your teammates say something to you and they tell you they're offended, that you take that into consideration. But I've always been against the whole deal of pro players doing retractions because I know myself, I suppress a lot of thoughts, desires, communications. I suppress a lot of stuff because I know there's just a lot of people who look up to me. A child might not adhere to what I'm saying because they're not old enough to accept what I'm saying. Like, I'm a property owner. So if I say something that my neighbor does to me that I think is disrespectful, a child would not understand that. They will say, oh, Mr. Anthony is fighting his neighbor. And that's all they see is an angry person fighting their neighbor. But my property value has to be equal to your property value in some sense for me to live in your neighborhood. So I got to the point where even my neighbors, my neighbors' dogs were crapping in my yard on a daily basis. 3 different neighbors. Now, mind you, I'm the only young. Everybody here is either retired or married couples. There's about 2 or 3 black couples. I'm not making a racial issue, but I am absolutely the only young. Well, when I moved in here at 28 years old, I was the only young party goer type. And I didn't even really throw parties. My buddies would park in my driveway, park in front of my yard, and we come in here, close the doors, and have our little situation. It was not loud because if it was, my neighbors would have complained. They never complained. So when you make a statement, I want your statement to be something that you feel. If you want to suppress it, then suppress it and let it be suppressed. But when you make it, let it be filled. But I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm hogging the guideline.
Talk your shit, brother. Talk your
sorry,
shit.
I'm hogging the guideline. But the thing is, when he decides that he felt like, you know what, maybe I was wrong. I think that was lightweight big of him. To say, you know what? But, there's a lot of us, including me, who might decide that, was that good for your image? Was that good for your paycheck? Was that good for your advertisements? Or is that how you really feel? But, and Drew has done a lot of good things for the city of New Orleans while he was there. I mean, Katrina and all the something, but you and I both know a lot of that money goes to write-offs and things like that. So I don't know. I didn't like his initial words, but I think his initial words may have been taken out of context. Media likes to do that. But the fact that he went back on it and took it back, I'm kind of cool with that. I don't know, man. I'm confused.
Dude, I'm conflicted too, and I tweeted out today. I'll become cynical in my old age. I don't know how to take it, because here's the deal. As you said earlier, if you're gonna say it with your chest. As my dad used to say. Say it with your chest and mean what you say, and say what you mean. So
right.
So to me, he said what he meant, because he said it with his chest in that interview. That interviewer roped him into that comment like a professional. It's like,
right.
Like he got him a little riled up, a little ready to say the things that was on his mind. So to me, Drew said what he meant and how he feel, which bothers me a lot. Because if this was back when Kaepernick first started sitting down, I would kind of understand. But this is like, what, 2-3 years later? If you don't know what Colin was protesting for, where you been? So that's the problem I have. And the problem I have, I'm going to say this. The whole Kaepernick thing bothers me. Because I'm a Kaepernick fan. Before all this ordeal, I was a fan of his in college. I used to watch, I stay up and watch football, and I used to see Nevada play a lot. And my man, they didn't even know he was doing this at first. And I don't know if someone hipped the reporter up in the press box to it, like one of the coaches or one of the teammates, or something happened, because he was doing that before he got caught. Okay? And he did that, and someone else sat with him a couple times. So my thing is, it was not even a public thing for him. He was not even crying out. Somebody says publicity stunt. No, it was just something that he felt inside of him. So then when they asked him a question that preseason game, he came out and said the reason why. So I'm like, if no one would have said anything, no one even known. Because no one even pays attention to the bench. Everybody's paying attention to the sideline, right? All the camera shots for the sideline. The only person who can see it is this person for the press box. So someone gave up the information. And then the part I just like, so he's sitting down, then your boy Nate Boyer told him, okay, you should kneel. Someone told him. The Nate Boyer is a military vet, told him the best thing to do is to kneel. He kneeled, and it gets even worse. It's like, I don't get it. And it's funny now, and it's really not funny, but it's interesting. So Drew Brees disappoints me, because that's why I say the cynical nature. I'm not sure if he's doing this, like all the actions. Like there's a saying that you keep your enemies closer. Do I believe what Drew Brees stands for outside the game? Like all the money he's given to New Orleans, all the money he's given to the foundations. Do I believe that he did that with his true self? I think he did that for his brand. I honestly hope he did that for his true self and not for his brand. But his comments yesterday brings that into question, which I didn't bring into question until yesterday.
Yeah, and and the funny thing is, the thing that kind of makes me think about that is that when I scroll through and I see Tom Brady with the black screen on Tuesday, like, and Tom Brady, he don't speak out on much, and he always with Trump.
Okay.
I think we're at a time now where we don't really have to worry about whether or not these people are with us. And I got friends who reach out to me and friends who want to see what they can do. It's not about me. Like I don't, what the bad part about it, I feel bad about myself because it's not that I'm smart enough not to get involved with that stuff, but I have to suppress it enough that I have to deal with that stuff. And I dealt with it since high school. So it's kind of like, and I was a star player in college, put like this. And I don't tell these type of stories. I'm walking to college to class. I ain't gonna say rarely. I want to say rarely, but rarely as I do. And there's a young lady who looks very attractive to me. I walk up to her, I say, "Excuse me," and she turns her head and says, "Oh, I don't talk to black guys." That's the first time I ever heard it. I just threw it out the door. Fast forward 5 years, 6 years later, I moved back to Kentucky when I'm a grown man. I'm like 27, 28 years old. And we're at a club, and a girl was like, and she just rubs out in front of me without my permission and said, "Damn, you fine." And I said, "Well."
She was lying.
Hold on. No, she wasn't lying. She damn sure wasn't lying. I said, I'm not into white women. And she shoved me like right around the shoulder and neck area and said, "Who the fuck do you think you are? You're full of bullshit." And I was like, "Oh, let's scale back." So now by this time, she said, "F you, a-hole," and went up front. So she brings the bouncer back there. It was like, "I want him out of line. I want him out of line." And the bouncer says to me, "Hey, White, what's up, man? Why you waiting in line, man? You should have came up to the front." And at that point, I'm like, "Man, I'm not off of this, but I damn sure ain't off of that." But I see we got a little confusion going on. Let's get it cracking.
All right, let me bring my boy in. Let's see how smooth I can be with this transition. Hold on.
Oh, look at him! Look at him! Oh, he know what he doing, huh? He OG. He know what he doing.
What's going on, Doc?
What's up, K. Frank?
What's happening with it,
man?
Hey, bro. I can't call it, man. I'm just making $1 out of 15 cents, man. I'm making it, baby.
Bruh, look, as I tell people all the time, I start off the show to give my man their roses. Look.
Give them while they're alive, huh?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Look,
yes, sir.
Everybody, this is as the people in the Bayou call the original Mr. Friday Night. If you know Friday night, our football night. So he's the original Mr. Friday Night because, man, he used to put highlights on Friday night after the TV show, the news, the sports time.
Sports line.
Yeah, he was on there almost on there as much as me, but he almost caught up.
That was a fight. That was a fight every week.
he was. I'm gonna say this, and I remember when I told Reggie he was the best safety I played with. My man Kevin was the best running back in Baton Rouge. I'm gonna say this. Remember, he played with Warrick Dunn.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, he was hands down the best running back in Baton Rouge.
Thank you, man.
Man, I've known Kevin since what? Since been 8, Kev?
We've been 8, 9 years old, brother, playing together.
And I'm gonna say, look, Kev, when we started, I started Pee Wee football. Kev was the biggest guy on the team. So Kev was that dude who had to wear the trash bag for weigh-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get the weight down.
Yeah,
and the horse collar.
Right. Now, I was a guy. I never forget the first time I weighed in. Our coach, Coach Haywood, told me, and I'm starting to put because everybody taking their shoulder pad stuff off. I'm starting to take my shoulder pad. My helmet. Coach said, "Man, you can go fully dressed, helmet, shoulder pad out."
He said, "Hey, Chief, you can leave that on, brother.
You good?
Leave that on, man.
Good.
You leave that on, bro. You ain't got to worry about that, man. Leave that on."
Yeah, right. And then the funny part about it, when we got in high school, Kevin was the smallest.
Yeah. That just shows, brother. You go from the to the end. We go from big to big. You know,
right?
The biggest guy to the smallest guy, man. That was just funny watching that. But I think that's some of where my aggression came from. Because I learned I was a trenches guy. You know, I played defensive end. Yep. I played like a big guy position. And
tight end.
So then I got smaller. So I still had that same mentality from the Rams. So I was just running over people, running by people. I just had that same beast in me, man, that the Rams put in me, brother. So, hey, don't let Van hey, brother. Van was the best quarterback in the city, brother. And that was his success. Van was the best quarterback in our city. The best dual threat, the best thrower. And I think that's a big misconception with people with Van. Van could have played D1 quarterback somewhere, but the time that he was in didn't allow it. He was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson was Lamar Jackson.
Okay, now.
You know what I'm saying? Van was a bad boy, man. Van was bad, bro.
Van not going to give himself no credit. So I appreciate you doing that. Van's not going to give himself no credit.
I know him
and I prefer it that way.
Look, I would just say this. I was probably a better passer than Lamar, but I did not have them wheels. Man, Lamar got ghost wheels.
But you had the shake, though.
Yeah, I had the shake.
Many guys missing a small space, so because y'all ran the option, so y'all ran like that option, so you had to make guys missing a small space, so you would turn a 5-yard play into a 50-yard play. So sometimes that's more important to me than actually a guy who got speed. So you had it, brother. You really did, man.
Yeah, I wish we would have. My senior year, we opened it up and got rid of that damn option. I wish I would have had played with that my first 3 years, but whatever. So, Kev.
Different coach, though, right?
Yeah.
Change coaches?
So we changed coaches, which is a good thing.
Change coaches.
So, Kev, tell the people what you're doing, man, because you're doing big things. You one of the businessmen in Baton Rouge, man. Tell all listeners what you're up to, man.
I stay busy because I keep busy, man. But what I do, I work at the Y. I do that during my day job. I am a senior program director at the Y. So basically, everything from the kids, from the sports, that's all I do. All that. So I do all that during the day. So all your babies with summer camp, sports, day camp, holiday camp, everything with kids, I pretty much do. So y'all can see what my life is pretty much engulfed in. And then on side of that, me and my wife have a couple of businesses that we run. And then I signed on with Gumbo Sports to do, like y'all say, my banner is Rumble Young Man Rumble is a podcast that I do. And also I'm on Gumbo Sports. And I do color commentator for Catholic High. So I'm on WBTR Channel 19 and ESPN Radio 104.5. I color commentate all the Catholic High games on Friday nights, man. So I'm busy, brother. It's a busy, but hey, man, with my wife, she keeps me grounded. My grandkids keep me grounded. Hey, man, I'm a humble older guy, brother.
Hey, Kevin, I've been trying to get on with the YMCA for a little while here locally.
Okay.
No, honestly, in the same. Like, I love working with kids. I love working out because you and I kind of got the same motivation that nobody's gonna give you nothing, and these kids feel like today now they feel so entitled that somebody's gonna give them something. I want to let you know, and somebody hear Kevin Franklin, they may not think anything, but if they talk to a Van House that went to Catholic, or they talk to, if you're in my city, you talk to somebody who, University of Kentucky, University of Kentucky player said that this is a way, or LSU player vouch for Mr. Franklin, then all of a sudden these kids are going to do what you say. I just want to be involved in a community like that. But I know there's a lot of voluntary. The money ain't all that good. I wanted to get into that. So I appreciate what you're doing down there. I know in the South, sports and athletics are a whole lot more important than what I call this the Mid-South. I call this the Mid-South.
Yes.
Hey, And before you continue, I'm gonna say this. You brought up something about how y'all similar, bro. I'm gonna say y'all are almost the same player. It's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
Y'all running back styles are so similar. Although Kevin probably, what were you about 4.3, Kevin, the 40?
Yeah, 4.3 consistently. I do a 4.2.
Nah, we wasn't similar there.
I couldn't run that all the time. I run a 4.2 like once, but I 4.3 all day. I 4.3 all day.
Yeah, dude. He was that 4x1. That 4x1 with him and Warrick on, dude. That was unfair.
Yeah,
that was unfair.
But that's the crazy part of Van. I was a more 200, 400. I was a stronger runner.
Yeah.
So I could run the 200. I won the SWAC, and that Van know this, but he knows this because he's from here. But I won the SWAC 200-meter title at Southern. So I ran like 20.6, 20.7. So it was pretty good. But then I was a 400-meter runner that helped me with my 200. Right. So I was a stronger runner more than I was a fast guy. So I know what I was. So I just kind of take that.
And I'm gonna say this. It's weird to say, man, but I don't know you want to get into it, but this is why I want to talk to the kids about.
Hey, bro, that's why we're here, man.
We're in the locker. We're in the locker. We don't pull punches. Look, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell the kids now. The disadvantage we had as youngsters was we didn't have the technology and ability to truly research a school.
Yes.
And Kevin, I know Kevin had offers to Florida. Kevin had offers everywhere. And it's a situation where Kevin could have been a 10, 15-year pro.
Yeah.
If the decision of going to college was a little different. And sometimes I know Kevin, hometown boy, loved his mom. He wanted to stay close to home.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I want our kids to understand, do your research. Research who, don't go by everything the coach say, because every coach gonna say that they love you, they're number one guy, all that stuff.
No.
You got the ability to research. And I'm telling y'all don't understand, I'm not lying. Kevin was the running back.
Yes,
and
sir.
Just talk about that transition, that transaction, that decision you made going to LSU, how it affected your career, because you did play for the Raiders at least. That's why I said you and Ant both played for the Raiders.
I played some arena football, played Canada for a while, but I did play in the NFL, guys. So I did make it. The end of my end route was NFL. I made it, but my road there was my road. It wasn't another player's road. It wasn't anybody's road. But what I want to add to what Van is saying is that do with technology, do with coaches. You have to research coaches. You have to research where these guys been, where they're probably going to go, and don't let them fool you when they say about their success and them leaving. Do not let the university sell you on, it's Alabama, or it's NC State, and it's, you should stay with your NC State. No, because they make decisions based on their board of trustees, their alumni, their boosters to bring in the coach. They don't ask you. They don't ask you what you think. So my thing is, guys, you always need to ask, was I happy with my decision to go to LSU? Yes, because of the offense that they ran when I signed. So I was a third down back, and that they ran that offense at that time. But then when they fired the coach, I was out of a job. Man, I went from playing to now I'm unemployed. I don't have a position. I don't have anything. So, but I had the South Baton Rouge Rams. Right. I had what was in me. I moved to defensive back. I moved to wide receiver. I moved to runner. I did everything them coaches asked me to do, man. So I didn't act like what you say. Remember this one? Right. I didn't act like I ain't have no discipline. Right. Remember, them guys just leave now. They be like, I don't like the coach, I'm leaving.
Right.
No, man, I stayed there. I did all with now. When it was my last resort, I left.
Right.
You get it?
Yep.
When I couldn't go anymore, I quit track. I did everything they asked me to do. I committed to being a wide receiver. I committed to being whatever.
Right.
But then when I knew that wasn't going to succeed and they recruited Kevin Falk, I was like, oh no, I got to go. Like, nah, I got to go, man. And I went to Southern and had great success at Southern.
And that success is a freaking DB. And that bothers me because you're a running back. Look.
Yeah, I led the SWAC let me tell you, man, I led the SWAC in pass deflections only because I didn't know what I was doing. I had like 20 pass deflections, man. I didn't know how to catch no. I didn't know how to catch no ball at no defensive back. I just was patted down. I was like, they was like, no, Kevin, catch it.
All right, it's totally different, man. Look,
it's totally different, man. Totally different.
You and my boy, you and guys, the defensive end that played with the Buffalo Bills. I just slipped my mind. Play with the Bandits. Gabe Norton.
Gabe.
I talked to Gabe. You know, I traveled. I talked to Gabe in New York, outside New York. Yeah. And since we're in the locker room, we're gonna get into this.
Right.
Now Gabe was all SEC. What's that dude? Gabe was the dude in Baton Rouge too.
Yes.
So Gabe said him and Donardo used to get into it.
Yeah,
he said Donardo came and changed the whole thing, and the whole team almost revolted.
Almost walked out, brother. We would have team meetings about walking out. He would throw Gabe out of practices. It was bad, bro. It was bad, bro. But guess why we won, Van? We had senior leadership. Those guys wielded us to win and go into the Independence Bowl, and we turned it all around. Now, look at it where they are now. It took us staying there. It took our little spark to spark us to go to the next level to spark LSU, man.
Gabe to me is almost Mr. LSU for us Baton Rouge boys. Yeah. And when he told me that, dude, I was shocked.
Him and Eric Randall, all those guys, man, those guys are guys we look up to. People don't understand. We were loaded in Baton Rouge, man. We were loaded. And just like your buddy, you know, him out where he from, he has his set of guys. But, you know, we were the guys in our city at that time, man. And you talking about we were loaded, brother. And we was a corridor for talent, man. We had everywhere from Miami, from Florida State, Penn State, Steve Spurrier. I remember Steve Spurrier coming to the hood. He came to my grandmother's house in the hood. Steve Spurrier sat in my living room. Like, yeah, brother. Yeah. Like we was Louisiana, Baton Rouge was loaded around that time, bro.
I try to tell people this all this time.
Yeah.
The foundation for my success started when I was 8.
Yes.
Our coaches didn't put up with it. Dude, we had a conditioning coordinator. That's how cold we were. We had a conditioning coordinator.
We was like, what the God?
We had Hoss's sole, his coach was Coach Hoss. Hoss' sole responsibility was conditioning. He didn't coach a position. He didn't coach. His job was to get us
stuff. Yeah, what they gonna do today? Right. He just come up with stuff. Yeah.
And that foundation, dude, built us. And that team we had, I think if it wasn't 100%, it was 99% of us got D1 scholarships.
And I don't think it's been matched. I don't think it's been matched till this day. I don't think it has. Like nobody, it was legendary, man, the stuff we did, because I don't think nobody has did it till this day. How many guys signed? How many guys went to high school? How many guys signed? How many guys played in the NFL? Like we had a lot of guys, man, at that time that actually went on to be very successful. And here it is, went on to be successful men too. Sam Cable, he left and he's in the military. He actually retired from the military with stripes on his arm. I'm like, dude, we got some very successful guys, man.
Yeah, I say that too, man. Like, I need, this is for the parents, and since you deal with the kids.
Yes, sir.
The parents need to also research the organizations and the teams, because Dion said something a week ago, about how he's sick and tired of all these people trying to sell these kids these crazy drills and stuff that does not relate to the sport. And parents need to stop shelling out so much cash to these guys who are, in essence, I don't like to use the word pimping, but almost pimping their kids.
Yes.
Because they have some crazy creative drills. It's crazy that these parents need to research and just not go with what their friend who are suggesting coming to this organization. Do your research and find an organization that fits your kid and your family at the most.
Right. Because here it is. Here it is. What they're paying for, man, somebody paid the Y, like they could pay the Y the same amount of money or more, and I can teach them the same thing for $50. Like it's crazy. It's like I tell them all the time, I say, it was given to me and Van free. All this was given to us free. There wasn't anybody that came to my mama or Van's mom them that said, you know what? I want to train Kevin to be the best running back. I want to train Kevin. By the time we got to high school, all they had to do is put a ribbon on us. The Rams had taught us everything as far as with the skill position, how to read defenses. Like, they taught us everything. So here it is, a young man and young women, they need to do the same thing when they're talking about these skill position guys. They're giving skills specific guys, man. They're giving them thousands of dollars. Skill specific. That stuff, me and you could teach them about. I could teach them on video.
That's fine.
I could teach them on the video, brother. I don't need to even be on the field with you. That's a waste of my time.
Right.
Like, I could say, Mama, you go out and film that boy. Let me send it to me at night, and I'm gonna tell you what he's doing wrong, and have your husband go ahead and correct him the next day. You see, Van? No. That's how when you know we know what we're talking about. If a guy got to be there with you every day, he's trying to make that out his full-time job. You know what? I got a full-time job helping babies. I got a job, Chief. I'm good.
Right. No,
I'm good.
It kills me, man. It kills me with that because some of these parents are taking their life savings and for no reason. And
I see it as an investment. I see it if it's as an investment. I understand, but it's nothing that they can't do themselves or have the will to do themselves.
Right.
You can go out and get your own, because some of the times, Van, this is what I learned today, and I guess I don't want to give too many secrets, but I don't care. At some point, Van, and then your boy, he's on here too, he can chime in too. It's about repetition. They don't understand. You just dumb. It's about repetition. Doing their ladders. Ladders is just repetition. Your feet going to get quicker if you do it 10,000 times. So all you got to do is just do it enough. It ain't no secret to that. It's no secret in the pudding. Like, all you got to do if you want to learn how to get quicker and go change direction, do it a lot. That's it.
Right.
And I don't want to give up it too much because these guys gonna get mad at me. The gurus gonna get mad at me, but you can get better if you want to get better. Get sprint wise, get on the hill and run up it enough. You gonna get stronger. I promise.
Hey, Van.
Yeah.
This is, man. Your man's is on point. My people's always call me because I was known for having feet. That's why they call me Sugarfoot.
Yep.
They call me Sweet Feet.
Watch out, Sugarfoot, baby.
And the things I tell them, and when the weather is bad, these high school kids, they want to get out there in the snow. Man, I'm too old. Man, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
My knees hurt.
Yes. Like, I can tell you what to do, and he hit you. He hit the nail on the damn head. I could come out and assess you sometimes to give you some drills so to make sure you're doing them right. But the whole point, because I'm not trying to charge you no money, because like he said, there really ain't no money in it. All the gratuity in it is you putting the effort into it.
That's it.
My thing is, I said, put them on a ladder, because all you got to do, if you got a brother or a sister or a mother or a father, have them time you going through the ladder.
That's it.
If your time don't come down, you're not getting no better. That's and jump rope. Get your feet off the ground, because the funny thing is, y'all both from Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge. Yes, I don't know where Marshall is from, but Marshall's the one who taught me. When everything he did one arm, one leg. And I was like, damn, you and I both have, Van, we have both established that Marshall don't look like your best running back.
He's talking about Marshall Falk, Kev.
By visually.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know who he's talking about.
But he said, when are you going to plant off both feet and make a move? When are you going to do something with both? So everything he did was one leg, one hand. I was like, dang. So I started trying to bring this to the high school kids, because they don't know this. I'm talking about, I'm NFL level after going through Pee-wees, high school, middle school, high school, college. And now I'm with, and he was MVP the year before he told me this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you just do one leg. So I'm telling these kids, like, hey, man, so till you get with me, if you want to show me you dedicated, before I start calling off work or jumping off work coming right to your house, man, get the letter rope down to about 3 seconds. Get your jump rope. Be able to jump rope for at least 15 minutes.
I love it.
Man, that's where I'm at, man. It's all about that footwork, man.
I love it. Look, bro, this is what I do. I do people. I've done this to people, bro. Say, bro, me and you need to talk, because you my boy. You just like me. Man,
Yeah,
I
I'm telling
actually
you.
did this to a number of people that I trained. They asked me to train them. I said, okay, cool. I dogged them so hard on the first day.
They ain't come back.
I dogged them. I dogged them. I did some South Baton Rouge Rams, man, dogged them.
Uh-huh.
But I was seeing it was a test.
Yep.
I was gonna see if you came back the next day.
Right.
Guess what, man?
They didn't
The
come back.
majority of them dudes didn't come back the next day because I was gonna ease off. So I hit them with the hard first, and then I ease off because I say, okay, because I know the lactic acid building up. I know your legs getting tired. Man, half of them didn't come back the second day. So I said, don't waste your money coming back if you get it. So I dog them, then I ease off. That's the military 101, baby.
See, it's you know, I don't want to preach to the choir, but it's just, it is what it is, man. And and people want these quick fixes on how to become better. I became a better quarterback. My dad tied a rope on a tire, and I could swing it, and I had a fence. Swing it left and right. And it'll go on for however long you want to. Throw. Have 5 balls, just timing. I did it all day, man. It wasn't I didn't need 10 people on the side. I didn't need to get 10 people to help me with that. It's all about what you see, how you plant, all the little stuff. It's just putting in work. But nobody wants to put in work. They don't want it. They want the instant fix. And I'm going to tell y'all both another one. They trying to do an instant stir. They trying to get 7-on-7. So 7-on-7 to give them more reps. Guys, you cheating the system. Don't nothing beat you going through the ladders, Chief. You cheating. Now you trying to get more reps doing 7-on-7. Right.
No. You need to you need to have that tie on the tree, throwing the ball. It don't matter if nobody's out there to catch it, Chief. You need to have the tie on the swing on. That's it.
And that, look, I don't mind 7-on-7. I think 7-on-7.
No, I don't know. It's not a knock on 7-on-7.
Right. No,
I have them down here. But I have my own 7-on-7.
But here's the deal, though. If you're not able to self-motivate yourself, and it takes you getting around some of your peers to motivate yourself, what happens when your peers are not available to motivate you? See, that's the problem. I love the 7-on-7.
Yes.
But come on, man. You got to self-motivate.
Yes. And that's what one of my mentors, his name is George Robbins. And he told me when he knew his daughter was ready. And guess what? This is a crazy story, man. His daughter plays right now. He taught me now. He taught me over in Bird Station.
Okay.
He trained me and everything. His daughter plays for the University of Illinois. You can go look her up now. Her last name is Robbins. He told me when he knew his daughter was ready, when she would wake him up at 5 a.m.
That's what's
to go work out. He said, Kevin, I knew I had her when she woke me up.
Wow.
And it was time to work out. I say, that's what I say, but this is the dude who taught me, so he knew the formula.
Right.
He knew the formula. So Van and my boy, we 3 players right on this phone right now giving you the formula. It's up to you if you take it. We telling you what the formula is. If you self-motivated, half of the battle is already won.
Half the battle is already won.
You're gonna be better than half of the guys that you go up against. Here it is, Van. And I got a question for both of y'all, and it's crazy that I'm asking both of y'all this. When the NFL and college start, what do you guys think of the athleticism and what guys are going to do? Guys been at home chilling. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch how guys going to have to work. NBA dudes, they've been chilling. A lot of dudes ain't been working, man. We're going to see. Watch, we're going to see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So my question is, what do y'all think about the level of play that when y'all go back, it's going to be very sloppy football, and on both basketball and NFL is going to be very sloppy when they go back. Watch.
Van, you listen to our Sunday morning sports talk show.
Yeah. And
I have said this from the beginning. The biggest concern to me is this layoff is players' health. Yep. Players' health. It ain't concussions come involved because you're not as fast as you used to be. So you're going to get caught quicker than you used to being caught.
Right.
So,
yes, sir.
And you can never, and I tell people this, you can never emulate, you can never show the speed of in game. If you're trying to outrun somebody or you're trying to run down a guy, put him beat you on a fly pattern, there's no way for you to emulate that. There's no way for you to practice that. So the reps you're missing now, and that's why when they were talking about returning on an abbreviated schedule or a shorter schedule, I always said that my biggest concern is players' health.
Right.
Because they're not going to be. I mean, I know we are way out of our time frame. We are way. And I've tried to run against a dude when I was like 35 years old. That was about 7-8 years ago. I tried to run against a high school track athlete and pull my hammy. And I'm talking that's 30. But even if you set out for a long time and at that level, you could pull your hamstring just on trying to cover a vertical route and you trying to turn on 4th or 5th gear, which may not be there. So that was that's been my concern on the whole schedule or the whole change of schedule, when the schedule is going to reconvene or how long you're going to have to prepare for the schedule reconvening. That's been my whole concern the whole time was players' safety, players' health.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's a little bit different now than it was when we were playing, Kev. With the advantage of being able to do meetings, the advantage of some of the professionals. I saw Kirk Cousins has a personal trainer and they video conference his workouts. So he's looking at the trainer's watching him, he's watching the trainer, and they having a 30, 45 minute live conversation.
Wow.
So the professional
bridge the gap. Bridge the gap. The professional bridge the gap.
Right. And the equipment is cheaper, better. You know, back in the day, you didn't have $1,000 to buy plates and bars and stuff. Now it's a little easier. Now the college kids are the ones I worry about most because they don't have the money, the resources necessarily to get themselves right. And them are the ones who are going to get the lasers out of all of them because there's no money involved. Yeah. So
you're going to lose your scholarship.
So I'm concerned more about the college student physically. But I said this the other day. The positive out of it, though, if they do it right, is the mental aspect of it should be better. Because they have these meetings with coaches. They should understand their playbook left and right. They miss all spring football. They should be in that book. And their book is their laptop. So they can pull it up anytime they want to.
Right.
They should be very well versed in the offense right now or the defense. But that soft tissue with those college athletes, I'm worried about. But the advantage they have is they should have, if everything works out right, a normal training camp. And if they have a normal training camp, they can ease them into it.
It'll make up right.
If they don't, then there's going to be a lot of hamstring, growing tears, a lot of that soft tissue stuff going on.
Right. Well, what I said was, too, Van, I know that the guys are very intellectual, so some of the guys that are changing, especially with new offenses, you got Cincinnati, they got a new offensive coordinator. You got your boy Joe Brady, John Brady that came from LSU that went to the Cardinals. There needs to be there's going to be some type of learning curve because you got to see those guys play. So I just think that some of them guys get that stuff. Some guys don't. I'm going to just tell you out the gate. Some of them guys that I played with when I was there, you say they get the playbook. Some of them dudes didn't get that playbook, man. Some of them dudes just didn't get it. I'm telling you, I was in training camp with some of them dudes. I was like, dude, you don't get what they telling us? And he was gone the next day. So I'm telling you, man, you being nice. Kevin don't be nice with them. There's going to be a lot of dudes that be on the chopping block. They ain't going to learn that playbook. I'm telling you, I was giving Charles Woodson notes in So I was a rookie with Charles Woodson. So I would be, Kevin Franklin taking notes, learning, applying everything that I learned. Hey, man, cool. And guess what, Van? For 4 plays of practice. But that's Kevin Franklin. Right. That's Van. That's all. That's what we were. But here's Charles. He the man. He playing half the practice and he sleep. So some guys who getting paid and some guys who not. It just he gonna learn it. The other guys not. You know what I'm saying?
You're not telling me anything.
Hey Kevin, you played with
Van say I know already.
Hey Kevin, you played with Booger?
Yeah, I was there with Booger at LSU when he was there when he first came.
His freshman year, right?
Freshman. Yeah. And he killed it. Yeah, brother. He was killing people. Yeah.
He was double teaming Booger. We beat up Booger and Joe Wesley.
Joe Wesley.
We beat both of them up. We beat them down. At night, they brought us out there, Mike. That night, they had Mike out there and everybody. Mike, you want some of this? Mike, he was tranquilized, so we pointed our finger at Mike and said, Mike, we about to go ahead and kick your team's ass. And we went out there and we kicked their team's ass. A good thing you wasn't there, though, Kevin, because you Van's homeboy, and I wouldn't want to have to put any of that on you.
hey, Kev.
Thank you. Hey, well, I appreciate you, man. I thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Hey, you said something, though, man, that got me. I'll never forget I was with the Bears. And this is what people have to understand. At that level, everybody is about the same. Everybody's good. Everybody's the best player on their team, the best player, one of the best players in their regions, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. We had your boy AM Anthony Marshall. I don't know. Yeah, he
Anthony
played
Marshall. Anthony Marshall. That's my people. Yeah.
Man, AM was by far our best strong safety. And to me, it wasn't even close.
And he played free. He played free at LSU.
Yeah, he played free at LSU. He played strong with the Bears. Balling. But they like another player better. He was an old vet, and they liked him better.
See that?
And people need to understand, it's not, I don't want to call it politics, but it's favoritism.
Yes.
It's not all about your talent. I want to tell people that when they get there, it's not all about your talent. There's a lot of variables in place. A lot. And you have to understand that science. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it because
I didn't either.
I'm trying to figure out why AM not starting. And the bad part about it, you ask AM. I'm playing in front of AM. I'm like, I know I'm not better than AM. Like, what are y'all looking at? And I'll never forget, to my rookie year, I had a pretty good year. Going into training camp my second year, my DB coach, whom I love to this day, they moved him to linebacker coach.
Okay.
This joker told me in Phoenix, Arizona, after we played Arizona, he said, son, I'm sorry. You're going to have to do something Superman-like to make the team.
Wow.
Like, what are you saying? He's like, yeah, I'm just letting you know. You're going to have to do something extraordinary for you to make the team.
Yeah.
So they already knew I wasn't making the team before the season started.
Coach, I only made the team because I was a camp filler. They told me out my mouth. They say, Kevin, you just beat every dude that we put up against you. You're supposed to be a camp filler. And I told him, I said, well, I ain't know. Y'all didn't tell me. So they said, shit. I was like, dude, because guess what I did, man? I kept my mouth shut.
Yep.
They used to call me No Limit. They used to call me No Limit because from the South.
Yeah.
They used to call me No Limit, and they used to call me Cash Money. All the names of the South rappers. And they used to, because I only spoke when somebody spoke to me. Yeah, bro. I was very fly against the wall.
Yep.
Go, hey, Rook. Rook or No Limit. Go on the other side and go over there. I used to run on both sides on one-on-ones. I just go, you better know how this goes. Yeah. I used to run one side and go on the other side because the old vet was upset.
Right.
But I kept beating them dudes every week, bro. Every week I beat them dudes, bro. Every week. So I went from nothing to something. So I could tell them rookies, I could tell them how to make the team.
Right.
Too. And I was in every special team meetings too.
Yes.
Every special team.
Bro.
Every special team meeting.
My second year, they drafted Tony Parrish.
Yeah.
And dude, he wasn't, as you said, wasn't in the book. They changed the whole defense. They simplified just so he can play. I'm like,
so he can get on the field.
So basically,
man,
the advantage we had was knowing the defense, right? As a vet, your advantage is knowing the intricacies of the defense. Well, we're gonna tone it down. We're not gonna run certain stuff because Tony just not gonna get it.
Yeah,
I'm serious for me. I'm serious.
Y'all ain't do that for me. And I'm gonna tell another guys this is scout teams. You have to be willing to play on scout team.
All day.
I remember some of my fondest moments of being in Oakland was playing against Tim Brown and covering Tim Brown like he wanted me to. So I was just everybody's son. They just say, hey Kevin, I need you to do this day. The receiver's gonna play me defensive back gonna play me like this. And Kevin, we need you to do this. And then when they found out I played running back, they put me at running back. So they said, well, you are done. This was the craziest thing. They say, you are done this week. I was like, y'all know, because they knew I went to school with him.
Right.
So they said, you know his move.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So, dude, that was the funnest time I've ever had my first year, but the second year I had to kind of play nickel, so I had to get out of that.
Right.
But my first year, brother, when I was scout team, dude, I loved it, brother. I love scout team, man. I love it.
Good time, man. Hey, Kev, man, I'm not gonna keep you any longer, man. But I appreciate you hopping on with us, brother. And
yes, sir.
Much love, man.
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure meeting both of y'all, brother. Y'all doing great things. And, dude, hey, man, keep up spreading this positive information, what we got going on. We got this stuff going on with Greg Floyd and a lot of these people. And just remember to spread positive information and real information. Guys, it's about police brutality. It's not about nothing else but that. And let us stay focused on what it is, and let's move forward from there. Hey, man, thank y'all, bro.
Hold on, Kev. Since you said that, we talked about it earlier, and it kind of took me off.
Okay.
Since we in the Rouge, since we in the boot.
Right. Yes, sir.
What's your feelings on this whole Drew Brees thing?
He just doesn't know. I've had several conversations about this in the last 2-3 hours. And Drew Brees is speaking from a place where he doesn't live where African Americans live. He goes to his home. He goes to his suburbs, which is on the outskirts of New Orleans. Van knows this.
Yep.
And he goes there, and his kids play with little kids that look like him.
Yep.
And he's not concerned about the in-depth plight of, and that's not no offense against Drew Brees. That's no offense to that brother. And I'm saying, hey, White, that's no offense to that brother. But he needs to educate himself on African American issues. And that's all his fault is. It's not a fault of caring. He understands. So he has to understand that right now we're talking about the African American brutality issue. We'll talk about the flag around July, Independence Day. We'll talk about that later, brother. You're getting it confused, and you're going to make a lot of players on your team upset, and y'all not going to make a run because that's going to divide a locker room. I don't care what he says. I don't care what the people say. I don't care what his apologist says. I'm still upset with Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper called them boys, y'all laughing. He called them boy a nigga. And y'all can y'all say it? Can I say it on y'all?
Yeah, man, they ain't no FC.
He called them boys a nigga at that country music thing. Yes. And y'all saw where Philadelphia didn't go nowhere until they got rid of him.
And he kept a job.
So, and they made a run for the Super Bowl after they got rid of him. He wasn't on that team. Right. But that team did not do very well after he said that. So you have to remember what the context is on what it is, and him being sympathetic and empathetic of African American issues because he throws to one every week. You throw to several of them every week. You've been doing all your career, and you don't know the plight of them because you slam your doors, and it's selective. Get it? It's selective ignorance. You hear that, Van? And it's selective ignorance. He know they're going through something, but he go back to his home and he kind of don't care about it.
See, this is what I don't know, Drew. And before yesterday, I held him up in high regards to everything he's done for the city, for New Orleans, everything he's done for the state. He's given his money, not somebody else. He's not raised money. He gave his personal money to causes in the city,
which is always right.
But
say it. Say it.
Is it real? Because I'm conflicted with this. Colin Kaepernick has been 3 years in the making.
Yes.
Right? Or 4, almost 4.
Yes.
So you telling me you really understand what Colin was protesting when it happened? Or now maybe you didn't know when it happened because it was hijacked by other people. But dude, it's 2020. You know what he was protesting for, and you're gonna say that after knowing, and then the thing he's kneeled for is what happened, and you gotta bring up not kneeling.
Yeah. Yes.
It makes me pause.
Before the rain. Thunder always come before the rain. He was telling us something that was coming.
Right.
He was only a small prerequisite of what was coming. Colin told us what was coming, and God sends messages. He's always sends a messenger before stuff happens. And God told us, he told us through a football player that what was coming for America. And we still didn't listen.
Nope.
Now we're in the midst of it. And now we looking for man, he made that dude made it right. Yeah, you think.
Hold on.
All he did is give his money. All he gave is his money to causes. He
right.
Himself. He didn't
Right.
give himself the causes, and that's what's wrong with Drew Brees.
Now, not only did he give us the warning and then it reached fruition, he also did during a pandemic. So it's like makes it even worse. It's like,
Stay in the house.
It's like a double whammy. Like God hit us with a 2-piece. Hit us with a left right instead of just a right.
Bow. Right. And put us to sleep.
Dude.
Put us to sleep. Now, we're only going to make it. Now, here it is. I'm solution based. And you and A-Way, both of y'all can attest to this. And y'all give me y'all solutions too. The solution is, what are white America gonna do to help us? We've tried to do it ourselves. We tried to do it kneeling. We tried to stick the dogs on us. We tried to do everything like that. Now, what is white America gonna do? Can you stop him from knocking Kevin Franklin over his head?
Yeah.
Can you? What you gonna do when I'm down? And I told all my buddies this, my white friends this here. If they knock Kevin Franklin over the head, y'all better be. I ain't talking about black people.
Right.
I ain't talking about no niggas. Y'all white people better be at City Hall.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
Don't be kumbayaing and over my grave and paying for my funeral. You better be at City Hall tomorrow making change for Kevin Franklin. I don't want to hear that, man. And I'm done. And I'm done with it, man. It needs to be systematic change. Now, is Kevin Franklin gonna go out there on the picking line? I'm 46 years old, and I've seen a whole lot of my life. I ain't going out there. I got 7 grandkids. I ain't going out. But here, what I am gonna do, I'm going to the town hall meetings. I'm going to everything else because I want to see on books.
Real
I don't
change.
want to see no marching. I don't. What you gonna do I want to see the board? I want to see the review boards of when a guy get reviewed for what he done in the community. I won't be on that.
Right.
You get it? I don't want to be on no marching. That's past Kevin. You come at 20 years old, maybe I would have got something with you.
Right.
I ain't about to do no marching, T.
Yeah.
I got grandkids, man.
Right.
I ain't about to do all that now.
I don't know I have the answer, Kev, but I do have another question.
Okay. Well, A-White, he might have a solution.
You got an answer, A-White? Because I ain't got one.
No, I'm with him, and I tell all my friends, I don't want y'all running to me with the solutions and why. Hey, just understand this is why they did this. No, all I want to do is ask me, what can I do to help?
Right.
And I'm with Kev. Like, I don't know if Kev living up here rent free, but my whole point is all the stuff that's been going on to me, and I suppress a lot of it because I know I will bloop out, and I'm the most sensible one of my clan. So if I go off, everybody going off.
Yeah.
So what I want them to do is, if you see they got me in a situation, and you know I'm the most powerful person in my clan, then y'all need to make a powerful action. Whether it's them hands, or whether it's going to the person in power to make a decision. And that's what Kevin's saying. Like, don't just, oh well, yeah, we sorry. No. Right then, you jump in. You going to jail with me, or are you going to heaven with me, or you going to the authorities right then and making sure there's enough rockets that it ain't gonna happen again.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, I feel we had this talk. I can't remember, but empathy is huge for me. Just listening, man. Just shut up and just listen.
Yes,
but
that's all white could do right now.
That's
all white America could do is just listen to us and hear us out and try to make change and try to make what we're gonna do going forward. That's all they could do. They can't really do much.
So my question to both of y'all then, the last question for the night, because we bumping up against the time, is
yes, sir.
People can change, right? How much time do we give somebody to change, right? Because let's say Drew was being honest, and his rebuttal today was written like a pro. It was like a PR, just pure brilliance. Right.
It was written.
But
it was a risk management. They have a risk management team, and
that bothered me a little bit because he vocalized it live what he said, but then he writes his rebuttal without going. But that's another day. Well, so how much time do you give someone to change? Because we can all, I'm not saying we go 180, but we might be able to go 10, 25, 30, whatever. So how much time do we give somebody to change? Do we allow them?
What you trying to change?
Right.
See?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if Drew Brees has his viewpoint of this flag, and that's true. Period. He can't take that back. That was from the heart, as and I talked about earlier. He said that with his chest. That wasn't phony. So he says now he understands what he did was wrong.
Yes,
How much
sir.
time do you give him to show that he truly understands?
If you have to give somebody some time, I'm gonna tell you what I learned from my studies, and I learned from the Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam from this one. We've been asking the white man and white America for change for years. Van and a white, they're not going to change. A leopard can't change his spots. They can't change what they are. All we have to do is change ourselves. So it depends on what you want them to change. If you want him to change his opinion on African Americans, he ain't. He lives in the suburbs. He is not, when he gets through playing, he is not going to be too concerned of the African American issues. And that's what's going to, and here it is. But here it is. This is what black people do. We tend, if somebody mess with Drew, we going to go run to his help. Y'all can see what we going to do? If a white man get murdered or a white woman get murdered, we going to help them. We have to understand that doesn't make any difference. They ain't going to change, man. They not. And it's not going to change in our time. I said this on one of my podcasts soon. Van, the change that you talking about looking for, it ain't going to happen in our lifetime. It has to be bred out. For them to have empathy as me as a man and love me as a man and treat me as a man has to be bred out by their kids' kids. I won't see the change that comes. I won't see it because my mother didn't see it. Van, ask your mama, did she see change? Ask your grandmother, did she see change in her lifetime? Ask Farrakhan, did he see change in his lifetime? He ain't seen it. So what makes you think you're going to see it in yours?
Well, so now, with that said, what made you gonna think our kids gonna see it? Because I for damn sure thought,
because we're gonna spark. See, that's the thing. We're gonna spark the change that changed the world. That's the difference. That's the difference. Hey. They're kids. That's what, when they bring the little black boy home and they love him and baby, I love him. Yeah. And genetics. So now I can go even further. Genetics is gonna stop them. They are a dying. It can't exist that long, man. They are the minority. They not the majority. So Mother Nature and God is going to do it to them. It's going to happen either genetically or spiritually. It's going to happen, Van. But me and you might not be here to see it. Now you getting it, Van?
No,
they are the minority, not the majority. So they're going to get bred out. It's just the way nature works. Yeah. It's not that many of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Van.
Yeah. All right.
I know we got to go, but real quick, and it was the thing he said. Like I said, I don't understand how me and him keep getting on the same page, man. He keep turning the page for me. On the same page. But you know how many,
guy,
as long as I've been here, you know how many mixed kids, the population, by the time you get 80 or about to die, man, the population is going to be, I guarantee 50% of the population is going to be mixed kids.
Yes.
50% of the population will be mixed, which means it'll be 1% or it'll be a percentage of black. So
right.
I'm talking about, man, the population election since I went to school to now.
Right.
Everybody, it's so many mixed kids around here. Yeah. It's so many. I ain't even gonna start throwing out names.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say it.
You go to a baseball game and they yell out a name, all the kids look.
Right. Well, stop letting. This is what I say to both of y'all before you go, is that we have to stop letting white America go to their homes and be ignorant about our issues. They go to their homes in their suburbs, and I'm telling y'all, if you ask them what this African American dude is, they be like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who George Lloyd is. I don't even know. That's the problem, Van. That's the problem. We need to educate our white brothers and sisters on black and stop them from being ignorant. They need to stop that selective ignorance. Remember that word I just told y'all. Selective ignorance. They know we going through something, but they ain't saying nothing. And we're not gonna be free or any kind of notion of freeness until they tell their white brothers to stop doing this to us, man. I'm telling you.
You preaching, brother. Hey, man, as always. I appreciate you staying on these extra 10 minutes for that last question.
Hey, man. Hey, brother. You got me with that one. I had to say, because Van say, brother. Van the man, brother. Van the man. Most intelligent brother I know. Very humble. Hey, man. Van, I've always loved him and his family. He got a great mother and father, man. Thank you, man, for letting me be on, man. I love you and your family. Hey, brother. I like this, brother. Hey, bro. Tell A White to call me anytime.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that.
Hey, quit hating, man. Quit hating. Right. This
love,
R&B reunion right here, man. R&B reunion.
That's it. And we both got the curly hair.
Right.
Yes, sir. All right, fella.
Much love, bro.
Y'all, man.
All right, man.
God bless, fella.
Same to you, brother. All right, Ant, bro. I appreciate you letting us take over your broadcast.
You ran the what you call it already?
What's that?
You ran the outro?
No, I'm about to run it now.
Oh.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, my man.
All right, man.